This is Jackie Bros on here.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
It's Dunlap. It's episode 200, everybody. We made it.
It's 200. I said I wasn't going to do any more than after this, and if that's it, that's it. I'm not going to do it.
What are you mad about? We said last week we were going to do it till the election.
I'm mad about, I'll do it till the election. All right, I said I would. That's what I'm going to do. But I can still say I don't want to do it, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, nothing can take away your constitutional right to say, to bitch about whatever it is that's happening.
Don't get it.
Sexist term. Shouldn't have said it.
Don't you get into constitutional rights and all this. I am mad. I'm not mad about anything that happened here. Everything's fine at the store. They got good people around me, good people taking care of me. But I'm mad, and I want...
This is not episode 200.
I want to tell this right now.
This episode 199.
Want to get this out right now because I don't want to spend too long talking about it. Now, I ain't going to say this fella's name. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to say it.
Because you don't know how to pronounce it.
Well, it's more than that. It ain't just because of that. It's other reasons. Let's leave it at that.
But you don't know how to pronounce it, though.
I don't want to. If I could pronounce it, I still wouldn't say it. So that's all that matters right there. But let me tell you right now, there ain't, and I'm not going to get into why I did it or why. I don't care about that. That's not all I care about. I don't, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about what it was he was. Listen, let me just say this right now. There ain't but two reasons to not stand up to the national anthem. And I'm going to tell them to you right here, and you take it from there. Then whatever else after that's fine. Ain't but two reasons, and that's dizzy or no feet. If you get dizzy, you know, things happen to get sick or what. Sometimes people high up in the stadium, lots of reasons. But dizzy is dizzy. Now, some people, bless their hearts, ain't got feet. Now, there's people in a wheelchair still got their feet, and they, make an effort. You can see, and I appreciate that. But some people, no feet or dizzy. That's it. Anything else?
Because if you're dizzy, you're going to fall down, pass out, and you're going to cause other people not to stand. They're going to be down there scrambling, trying to keep you from swallowing your tongue.
Yeah.
Their patriotic duty.
Absolutely.
No feet, that speaks for itself.
Well, yeah, of course it does.
But you're saying even people in a wheelchair should make a show of struggling to get up?
Not just you. This is what I have seen. Now, I wouldn't tell anybody what to do, but me with my own eyes at a sporting event, this fella's and he arched his back up and leaned up and he hand over heart, everything. And it
and
made
people
an
had
effort.
to be like, no, Gerald, don't worry about it. Just
What?
people had to pull him back down.
No, he stayed at that.
Did they
level.
put him up on the kiss cam?
They didn't do anything to him. They all were respectful. They didn't do anything but be respectful during the national anthem.
Well, that's rare these days.
I'll tell you that. And another thing, I ain't going to talk about this anymore. I'm just not going to bring it up anymore because I hate it. The other thing about this, if people saying, well, I don't like that song ain't no good, I don't want to hear that song anymore. I know it ain't no good. It ain't the national anthem. It ain't about standing up and enjoying yourself. That's not what, I love that song. People do that every night at some concert somewhere. There could be, somebody playing a song and everybody stand. No, it's not about enjoying the music. You stand up and, be patriotic, and I don't like listening. I'll be honest, I don't like listening to it. And I've heard just about everybody sing it. And there ain't one person that they finally, there's the one that finally made that song good. Say people sing pretty to it, that's true, but you lose the timing on it. You can't tap your foot to it. You can't, as a song that you would hear on the radio, you'd never hear that on the radio. You just wouldn't hear it.
So you're saying the national anthem is something to prove our patriotism we must endure.
That's right. Amen on that. Amen.
Now, some people are saying that there's a slavery song. It's talking about killing slaves, and there's some pro-slavery or some killing slaves that were fighting for the British, and there's some And what's his name? Scott Key. Oh, Scott Key. You know Scott Key?
He wrote it. That's what I learned in the book.
He loved slaves, was a proponent of slaves, wrote songs about slaves. And this song, people are, Jackie, it's a new world. And people are getting tired of just things that are cool with slavery. People are tired of being cool with things that are cool with slaves.
With slavery. I ain't saying I'm cool.
But if everybody says this, okay, if everybody says that this song is like the Washington Redskins of national anthems, and then they say, well, we got to do away with this song, what would you choose as a new national anthem?
What do you mean, what would I choose? That's the one it is. I don't want to think about it. I wouldn't put it past anyone to get rid of it. I did everything else is changing. But as far as me, are you just saying if somebody came to me and said this song is just, if they convinced me it was just as patriotic as the other one, maybe, because I'd like to hear something else than that, I'll be honest.
Well, we got a song, and it's called God Bless the USA, and it's by Mr. Lee Greenwood, and as far as I know, he has never owned a slave.
Yes. No, sir. He would never, Mr. Greenwood, he would never own a slave, ever. Never would.
What would he even do with one?
I don't want to think. He never crossed his mind, I guarantee you. But that's a song right there.
He might use TaskRabbit to get somebody to
what?
Find out where he should go at the DMV to get, but he would not. Yes, Lee Greenwood, I think we can say, has not owned it. Now,
no,
I don't know about his forefathers. Maybe we should have a national anthem.
Unless they wrote that song that he's singing, Lee Greenwood song, that they don't come into it. Because, everybody, not everybody, but most people.
No, not everybody.
Around these parts, it seems like, go back on, their ancestors had a slave or two or more.
When you say everybody, you mean white people,
right? Well, of course, that's what I meant. I did that. When it comes to owning slaves, long time ago, Lee Greenwood himself, I don't know what year was he born. Never would have a slave.
I'm picturing him, though. I'm imagining like a hee-haw sketch. I'm imagining him in a white plantation owner, Colonel Sanders outfit.
No.
Was he in a hee-haw sketch maybe where he was like sitting out there on a porch swing looking out at the fields? Then they never said those were slave owners on that hee-haw sketch.
No, they didn't have slaves on the hee-haw. Not the whole South. Everything about the South had slaves. Okay. Not everything in the South. Burt Reynolds never had a slave. There's a lot of great things about the South. There's a lot of shameful things, primarily slavery, and afterwards that took place in the South. I ain't no denying that, and I ain't proud of that. But there are good things too.
If on hee-haw, they never had slaves. And how could they afford to just lay around on that porch talking slow all day long?
Look how they're dressed. They got stained. They're homeless. They got stains all over them and everything. They don't look, rags and stuff. If you look how they're dressed on there, laying around, aren't they?
They homeless?
Always look like little Abner to me, but...
Was little Abner homeless?
Well, I didn't say he's homeless, but something like it.
If you live in the woods, are you homeless?
Had weird, strange-looking cut-offs is what I'm talking about.
They couldn't have been homeless. They shot that at Channel 5. They could have just gone over to Shoney's and got something to eat.
If you was a cast member on the hee-haw, you could go into any restaurant around here and get a free meal.
Any of them?
Yeah. But no, they playing homeless on... Never mind.
If you live in the woods, are you homeless? This is good because you can just crawl up in a holler tree, and I think that may be what little Abner did.
I don't remember what it did.
Isn't that how he met the shmoo? He thought he was climbing up in a tree, and it turned out to be the shmoo. It's like, what am I in? And it was a shmoo. Are these little Abner jokes? How are they doing, folks?
I don't know. I can see it in my head and know it's the funny books, right? That's
well, let's see.
We
just did
I don't know what they did.
We did a hunk on the. I really think there's something in this that has turned everybody off. I feel like you insulted the handicap, Trump style.
Why?
I feel like you really, in a roundabout way, gave it to our national anthem good. Then I'm not sure how you stand on slavery, I'll be honest.
You know how I stand on slavery. Don't start that racist. Slavery's bad. Lee Greenwood never had a slave. Never, ever had a slave. And that song, that's the most. I stand up when I hear that, and I don't even have to.
And then I did a hunk of Little Abner jokes.
What?
Which, like, who even cares? And this is our 200th episode.
200.
199. Folks, there's a football player who will not stand up for the national anthem, and Jackie says you must listen to the old, hard-to-understand, miserable, pro-slavery national anthem, just as you would the Bible.
Pro-slavery. Didn't say nothing.
In the Bible? They got slaves in the Bible, don't they?
All through the Bible, yes, sir.
Should we replace the Bible?
That's where it ends right there. That's what happens.
No, I'm all for it. I'm just asking.
No.
Why not? They used to have, in the 80s, the Bible is hard to read. These were commercials in Christian bookstores.
It is hard to read. They had cartoons and things that show you, whatever you needed, you could get a hold of. Somebody'd read it the right, with word. But see, I don't like that either, because then you just leaning back and letting the Bible just happen, whether there's slaves or not in it. You have to study and not understand it and ask the preacher over and over again. That's what I had to do when I was a little boy, and I think if you won't call yourself a good Christian, that's what you got to do.
They came out with a version of the Bible that was hip and easy to understand, and it was for the 80s. It was new for the 80s, and you could get that book out, and not only could you understand it, capital B book, not only could you understand it, it made you feel like you just put on a new pair of jams and an aqua-colored hospital orderly shirt, and you were going to the skating rink, because the 80s were cool, you were cool, and this new Bible was cool.
No Bible.
And I'd be like, I love this Bible. It's much better than that other Bible. And then somebody'd be like, it's the same thing. And I'd be like, you shut your mouth. This is cool. And therefore, that old Holy Bible King James Version you hold in your hands is uncool, is what I got from the advertising I heard when I was in the Bible bookstore.
All the different versions of whatever you call cool, whatever, all of them are some easier to read is all. If it's all the Bible, it's all good.
So, going back to what you said at the very beginning, you're not talking about what he's protesting against. Your quibble is with the protest itself.
That's what I'm saying. But
isn't that the whole point of protesting? If protesting was just like...
There's protesting with the signs and things like that. That's the protest that I grew up with. So that's the protest that I know. You go out there, with a sign and,
Yeah, but that's easy to ignore. Who can ignore what a professional football player says?
I know I didn't know it, but
They didn't go to the lunch counters like in the middle of the night. They went when people was hungry. They didn't go to the... Don't you... Look, Anthony Weiner.
Oh, good Lord, don't.
Anthony Weiner.
Don't say... I don't even want... Shameful.
Anthony Weiner.
Yeah, something wrong with the newspapers now. On the news, the show cover of a newspaper, and it's a thing. And a baby laying next to it. And if that ain't the worst thing I've ever seen on TV or anywhere, I don't know what. That's what this world's come to right there.
I feel like there were early episodes of SVU that couldn't even describe what was on the cover of newspapers this week.
Yeah. Make me sick to my stomach. That's big fella Democrat. And Trump was saying, he didn't realize how close, this man is to the, because what his wife, I hope not anymore. I hope she,
I think they are separating.
Whatever they do is their business, but good Lord.
I'm not trying to tell her what to do with her life.
I wouldn't either. No,
I'm not in her position. It's none of my business.
Yeah.
Didn't Trump congratulate her on getting out of the relationship?
Well, I think he, but he was saying, that's what I'm saying. Trump was saying that that's too close to Hillary right there. That's, what's it? His wife worked for Hillary, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Best friends.
Yeah.
So he says that because Anthony Weiner's wife is helping that.
He can't congratulate her because of him. 6 degrees of separation have accused her of being a racist, a terrorist for over and over again. So he can't come around because of this and say good job. Why does if he thinks he's a terrorist? Why pitiful.
So on their side, they got terrorist, pervert.
Yeah. I tell you right now, I'm glad we didn't have all these chatty, snatty things on your telephones hitting buttons. That's all I see is people hitting buttons. I thank God we didn't have these when Bill Clinton was president, because we would have seen a lot worse than a thing with a baby laying next to it, quite possibly. Lord knows what we would have seen. Just imagine him sitting in there taking pictures with that thing and make me sick to my stomach. That's what the world is today.
Hey, somebody come in here, turn this lamp on.
Well,
I'm getting some shadows.
No, don't.
Turn this lamp on.
Just shut your mouth.
Somebody could get in there and turn this lamp on and bring me some paper towels.
Just shut your mouth.
A thing and a baby.
On the front of the newspaper.
Should we just set the title, Thing and a Baby?
I don't know.
I'm going to write that down. Terrorist. But then Trump has Roger Ailes, who an entire network of women have accused of sexual harassment. Anthony Weiner's just, we all, how does this keep happening?
Just something's wrong with him.
Something's wrong with him, Jackie, or the country?
I don't, both. I'll say that. I'll say both, but still. Good Lord. People, that's the first thing you do. You got this thing here, and I can look in it and see you way old across town. I can see you, talk to you on it, and the first thing people do is show the things to somebody.
That's technology. First thing people use technology for is naked people.
Pitiful.
They started filming naked butts, like old-looking Victorian butts.
I ain't gonna have one. I know not everybody does that, but if there's a possibility that I can look at my phone I had in my pocket all day, somebody called me and I answer it, and it's a picture of a thing, just that, not even 50-50. Even if it was 50-50, a chance of that happening, still wouldn't.
That's a good idea. I'm going to get you a cell phone and put you on my plan.
Not going to get
it. Would be worth unlimited data plan for Jackie Broles just so I could call him with a picture of a thing.
No. Don't call me with one of no.
And I'd program a bunch of numbers in there so he'd think it was somebody important calling him. And every time he answered the phone, it'd be a thing.
Now, just...
Hello?
Don't. People do that. I guarantee you, somebody's doing that right now with one of them things. It's just awful. It's the world the young people want, so be it.
Anthony Weiner.
Don't just...
What was he doing? What did they let him start doing again? Was he running for mayor of New York?
I don't know. He politics somehow. Was it Congress, something like that? And then it shows his thing on a computer.
And this is
4 or 5
the
times,
8th time,
like
right? Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. And I don't understand this. When they showed this, it's on a cable TV show. They showed a picture of a newspaper where you can tell it's him laying there, his thing in his shorts and a baby beside him, and they blurred out the thing, thank goodness, but they also blurred out the baby's face. Now, everybody knows whose baby it is. Are they trying to... I don't understand. It could have been somebody else's baby, I suppose.
Also, you could be... Well, you don't want to show a baby next to a thing.
He did it.
But he didn't put it on TV.
I don't want it on TV. That's the point. I don't want it on a newspaper. I don't want it anywhere. Just tell. I don't even want you to tell me about it. If you say he did something with this thing on a computer, that's all I need to know.
I got
end of story.
A couple points here. One thing, I think what you're saying is when you blur out baby face and dick, you're saying like, well, here is innocence and purity, and here's somebody's hard dick.
I just shut your mouth.
And they're equal somehow. It's like a false equivalency. Well, we have to blur out the baby's face, and we have to blur out the dick, but then you just got two things blurred out, and it's like somehow that creates an equivalency that we're saying skeevy dude's dick equals beautiful baby face.
Enough. I don't want to.
Second point. This dude likes sending his dick out digitally.
Something's wrong with him.
So, if he's getting his rocks off, texting whoever he met on the campaign trail or whoever's interning it, is he not getting hard every time? Every time Mika, what's her name? Mika on the damn show on MSNBC. Is that her name? Mika?
I don't know the names on those shows.
So at some point, I'm going to have to start watching the news. When the news is putting his dick on the front page and it's putting his cock on the evening news, is that not what Anthony Weiner wants?
He just helping him along. He's like, that's probably why he does it at this point. He knows once you catch him, he said, I can show my thing to just one girl on the computer.
And then they'll take over.
They'll take it on and show everybody on the planet's going to see my thing. Men, women alike, everybody going to see my thing. This one, I'm going to put a baby next to it. Watch it this time. Just make me sick to my stomach. Make me sick.
Anthony Weiner.
Oh, just...
Listen, let me tell you this. Anthony Weiner, first, if this was an SVU, you could never name him Weiner. And somebody would have murdered him by now, which I'm not calling for. But there would probably be a part in here where Ice-T beats him up, roughs him up, putting him in a cell. And that I am calling for. I would like to see Ice-T throw Anthony Weiner in some sort of jail.
Oh, yeah.
Just watch your head. Bam.
Yeah.
Hey! Sorry, I didn't see them bars. Dun, dun. So, again, if there was a way that we could deputize Ice-T purely so that he could rough up Anthony Weiner, maybe also let him write a new national anthem. Is Body Count still around? That'd be pretty cool. Body Count doing the new national anthem?
I don't know.
Freedom of speech, Jackie.
I'd
just watch what you say.
I don't know who it is. You talk about Body Count, I don't know what it is. I'd listen to it if it was a good song.
They had that song out called Cop Killer.
All right. Just.
Ain't nothing changed.
Just stop.
Ain't nothing changed.
Let me.
Well, ain't nothing changed.
I'm going to do my sponsors because I want to do something besides talk about the news now. Just
Are we done with the news?
No, because you're supposed to do it later. I don't know how long we're going to talk. Well, good.
Well, we could do Larry the Cable Guy. Let's just, folks, here's a preview of the news that we're going to do after the sponsor. We're going to make this decision now. This is a little how the sausage gets made. I want to be in the room where it happens. Little Abner reference, Hamilton reference. SVU reference. This is pretty good so far. Good podcast.
Wow.
We did National Anthem. We did Weiner.
Now,
and here's what else we could do.
That's the reason I want to move on. I don't want to hear it again.
Maine Governor and Coulter book Larry the Cable Guy, Trump immigration plan, Trump debate prep team. I'm going to say we don't need to do any of that.
All right.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, it's Jackie, bro.
Dunlap, the man here, folks, coming at you with some hard news, breaking news. Jackie, listen to this. Get a load of this. You're going to love this.
I don't want to hear the news.
I got one more piece of news for you. Politico, breaking news. I got a push alert from Politico on my phone because I keep up with current events.
Who?
Debbie Wasserman Schultz wins primary. Representative Debbie Wasserman. You remember our good friend Debbie Wasserman Schultz?
I know who she is.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz won her Democratic primary tonight, outlasting a challenger who raised more than $3.3 million. Much of it from Bernie Sanders supporters seeking to defeat the former Democratic National Committee chairwoman.
Why the hell? Didn't she make everybody mad? I thought it made all them liberals mad is what she did.
She did. She got $3 million of spite money. Her challenger did. Why does that make me so happy? Because she's awful.
I know. Yeah, everything you say
she
about
talked
is
to
true.
us for a second. Yeah.
I
would have been very happy also if we'd found out all them Bernie Sanders hippies got together and raised all that money and Debbie Wasserman Schultz went down in flames. We'd be laughing too. I guess this is a win-win situation. Yeah. No matter what happens in this case, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I just like the idea of a bunch of hippies sitting around having to watch her give a I win speech on TV tonight. That's pretty funny.
Who's going to show that on TV?
And there's some channel like way up in like 111 or something like that.
No, I wouldn't want to watch it.
C-SPAN.
I don't know. Yeah, there you go.
But I mean, you're right. Nobody wants to watch it.
Nobody gonna watch that. No.
What if there was a Debbie Wasserman Schultz channel? What do you think about this rumor that Trump's going to start his own TV channel?
That's why wouldn't he? He like being on a TV show. Now, he get enough people to watch him on to have his own channel.
What would his show be, right? So if he starts a network, there'd be like a weekly Trump, right? He wouldn't be on there all the time, and it wouldn't be nightly. Too much work.
Too much, yeah.
But every week he'd get on there, and what would he do? Would he be sitting beside a fire and just talk to the camera? Would it be live from a rally? Would it be on his plane? Would it be like Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, but just like it's him every week?
It'd be like the Twitter thing he does, just you see it. It'd just be that all day.
Actually, that's true. It would just be live. That's actually probably what his show would be, too. It would just be him tweeting.
Yeah.
And then it comes on the crawl as he tweets.
And people would watch both. People look at both of those things. Pitiful.
That might be a good show, actually. I mean, it'd be better than Hannity.
Oh, anything better than Hannity. Hannity gets to talking Ray high when he gets mad or something. It's like a
me.
That's it right there. Yeah. I can't.
You don't think he has a high voice because he's
he
burly
don't
looking
seem like it,
with a blockhead.
It's like it winds up.
But when he gets going, it's like
enough. I don't like hearing it when it's on. I change the channel when it's on. I watch some stuff on Fox, but I can't.
Now Bill O'Reilly, he gets upset, but he is a professional broadcaster. He keeps it.
Oh yeah.
He keeps it cool.
Yeah.
Even when he fucking lost his temper on the damn and like, we'll do it live from the what is he saying?
I don't know. He's cussing though, yeah.
Even when he's talking about loofahing somebody up, he still is a professional broadcaster, and he never loses that quality, folks. That's why Bill O'Reilly is my sponsor tonight, folks. We're brought to you tonight, episode 200.
Bill O'Reilly is your sponsor.
I was just trying to segue. After 200 episodes, you would think that I would have a little bit of that professional broadcaster quality.
No.
But I don't.
No.
Listen to me drink this.
Just enough of mouth sounds. People don't like it. Don't do it because people don't like it.
We did learn that.
That's just Heard it enough.
People do not like us eating on the microphone.
Yeah. Or drinking any of that stuff.
We learned that after, what was it, like 130? Episode 130?
Around there, yeah. Quit eating and, yeah.
Yeah, stop eating on the microphone.
Sipping on things, yeah. Soup, anything like yeah.
Remember that soup episode, Hot Soup?
About Burma, I'll never forget that.
Folks, if you have a second, look up our podcast episode, Hot Soup. That was the one where me and Jackie just kept eating.
We were trying all these different kinds of soups. Some of them I knew that I liked.
Chicken noodle, vegetable.
We were doing like tape tests, and then we got into different, the chunky, all the different kinds of chunky.
Uh-huh.
You eat all that, though, you'll get sick. I'll say right now.
You can't eat too much chunky.
If you eat more than one can of chunky.
Which we did.
Well, we did that on the thing. We thought it was cute at the time.
Chicken hot wings. Remember that soup?
Chicken
burn
hot
your
wings.
mouth. Chicken hot wings soup.
Oh, yeah. Tip your tongue, babe. Burn, yeah.
I turn that bowl up and drain that broth, and I tell you what, folks, that about burned my tonsils off.
I don't know why you did that.
Hot Soup episode, one of our favorites, episode 200, looking back.
I don't ever listen to these, but that's one I'd go back and listen to. I don't ever.
Oh, the mail we got was like, quit next time you do a soup, how about not slurping into the damn microphone?
Yeah. I got a good sponsor this week. They've been my sponsor before, and I'm happy to have them back. It's just as good a sponsor as they ever was, as far as I'm concerned. And that's Uncle Spiffy Marlin's Haircuts and Handshakes, and my buddy Crud, old Crud.
Sure.
He runs that place, and they love Jackie Boy. He upstairs right now, dressed up just like me, and people don't know I'm down here talking. Everybody come in the store, they don't know.
I'm trying to think of the best way to catch you up. For folks who are just joining us here on episode 200, 199, Crud, who runs Uncle Spiffy Marlin's Haircuts and Handshakes, which is the hipster barbershop here in town, and also does beard trims in Northeast Murfreesboro, where all the hipsters dress like little old men. He also founded Jackie Con because he's the nation's foremost Jackie Broles cosplayer.
I didn't know anything about that. Bless your heart. That's
master of disguise, but
flattering.
Jackie Broles is definitely one of his I'd say he's the nation's foremost Jackie Broles cosplayer. That's not for nothing. And then he started coming here, and he started doing Jackie Broles here. And now Jackie's letting him work here, and you're paying him to work here. But the other Jackie Broles cosplayers that also work up there, you're not paying them. This is just between you and Crud.
I told them, and they said, we just want to be here, and there's something, the fleet, Jackie Broles fleet is troop or something, I don't know, but they do.
The Fleet Warriors,
whatever they are. They again, that's just, I'm flattered to death, tickled as can be, if people up there dressed up.
I can't tell the difference. I got two Jackie Broles yelling at me. If you told me right now that you was Crud and not Jackie, I'd say, Crud, you done it again.
Well,
the only difference is
he's upstairs working. But people up there don't know it ain't me. They think it is.
They think it is, except that he thinks. We talked about this. He said he didn't understand why you didn't like Trump. So when he's doing it, he does a little pro-Trump.
What do you mean? Does he pro-Trump?
Well, he's up when people come in and talk about politics. He said, "Yeah, that old Trump's gonna really win."
Well, if he did that, people should know it ain't me, because everybody knows I don't like Trump.
Well, no, people walk in and they look at you and they just expect you to like Trump.
Why?
I mean, people say, character-wise, they don't understand why you don't like Trump.
He ain't doing that. I don't know.
Well, I pulled him aside and I said,
how
Jackie,
could he be the best Jackie impersonator there is if he doing something that Jackie would never do? That don't sound right to me.
He says he didn't understand why Jackie doesn't like Trump. He said to him it was like a character flaw, like we weren't following the characterization through. Like we weren't.
Word of that. No, sir.
That's why he said it wasn't believable.
It ain't believable. I don't believe it. That's for sure. I don't think he ain't saying anything good about Trump while he's being me. Otherwise, people know it wasn't me. He ain't doing that. What good would it do him to do that? It don't make any sense.
He just commits, and he had just had some trouble with the script.
He commits to do Jackie Broles, and that's all I've ever seen him do. That's all anybody else has ever seen him do.
He thinks you may be a little off model.
Well, he used to be some FBI. He used to dress up like FBI agents. He tricked me a few times.
That's true. That was always funny.
see him dressed up more than a few times. But you know, as far as Jackie Rolls is, like I said, I think it's a compliment, and people like to see him do it.
Well, he said, I stressed to him, I said, now look, Jackie, I know you may not understand it, but you got to find something to motivate you to go against Donald Trump, because Jackie does not like Trump. He said, it just doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean doesn't make any sense, does it?
After 10 years of this, I've been watching old videos. He said, I don't understand it. I said, well, look.
I say it on here every damn week, and Trump's a crazy man. It ain't like I'm all
that. It sounds fake to him.
I don't care what's fake to him. And he ain't saying that.
Well,
he wouldn't do that.
He's
first
working
off.
on it.
No.
I said, you got to find
full
something.
Of bull right there.
He said, how about if I
working on it?
Like Gary Johnson for a little while and see if I can get to liking Hillary like Jackie does. I said, no, Jackie doesn't like Hillary.
Just shut your mouth. Because he didn't do any of that. He wouldn't do any of that.
Well, he took my notes, and he's working on it, so we'll see.
He ain't taking no notes from you. If he was taking any notes from you, he'd never have any business to leave and dress up and be me anywhere in town. He ain't listening to you. I know right there it ain't true. And he ain't too sure about that 75 cents either. Let me tell you. And after I tell him this story right here, he probably going to think a little less about it. So just keep that in mind right now.
I've been working upstairs. Crud gave me a job. Jackie said he'd pay me 75 cents if I run it by Crud. And Crud said it was okay, but it was going to be 65 cents.
Why?
He said that he was going to take that dime per hour and put it in the swear jar.
Yeah, you full of it. He never said any of that stuff. I'm going to tell him every bit of this. I'm going straight
That's
up there.
That's what he told me.
He said he didn't tell you that. I know damn well he didn't do that. If I got to believe him, somebody's always been truthful outside of dressing up as somebody else or as an FBI agent or something. Outside of that, he's been nothing but truthful and a good person. Whereas you, I know almost half my life now, and you've lied and cheated and said every
two liars you're talking about here.
No,
me and Crud.
One right now. You talking about Crud that way? I know damn well Crud wouldn't do that. Crud has respect for his elders, including me, and that's why he likes to dress up like that.
Why do you love Crud so much? Why do you love Crud?
Well, Crud, who loves when somebody shows you that much love? You should love back. That's how I feel. If he wants to the smell of my bed to be on all the beds, if he likes old Jackie Broll's way of talking and the way he looks more than, Crud, I like you for dressing up like it. That's, like I said, it's a compliment. That's a compliment. You love him right back, and I do. Crud, I'll say it right here, and everybody can see it. I do love you. I don't know if he listens to these or not, but
no, he doesn't.
Crud.
Well, he said Jackie wouldn't.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Crud, he's been working here in the store, best person, best employee I ever had. I was worried about when my retirement comes around, when it's time for me to.
What do you think about retiring?
Well, I ain't worked it. I ain't worked but 2 days this week, and I'm telling you, it was pretty nice just laying around watching old John Wayne's.
Is that all you doing, just sitting around watching old John Wayne's?
I'm sitting there entertaining Mrs. Rolls. She tolerates John Wayne. Well, every now and then she'll want to watch something. But something.
Crud says he's been coming over and putting in Steel Magnolias.
He has not been coming over putting on anything. He ain't. That's your other friend you thinking about. That's your frequent barker man that going over there talking to my mama, not my wife, my mama.
Well, no, Crud was taking her out for some
Crud didn't
fresh air when
out.
You were taking a nap last week.
Oh, he did. That was to get her out of the place and get some air. Like I said, normally I have to pay for a home health nurse. I thought you said he was kissing on her or something like that.
No, he was putting in Steel Magnolias. I didn't say he was kissing on her.
Well,
that's true. Frequent barker.
Every time you bring up a member of my family, you say somebody's trying to kiss on them or something, and that's it. Don't introduce anybody you know.
Let me say this:
if
somebody was coming to my house dressed up as me, that the general population cannot tell is me, and as you yourself testified last week that your wife can also not tell the difference between you and him. I would say, where you going with my wife, buddy, when you're pretending to be me, single white female in it?
Took her out to get some, like I said, she came back fine. She thought we went on a date. If she's happy, then I'm happy. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Somebody's taking your wife on a date.
No, got a balloon.
Even though it's you, sort of.
She's got a stroke. She's in a wheelchair. She got, some balloons and, just rolled her around out in the park and things like that. That's all, he spent the day with her. Look at the animals and all that,
What animals? Where's he taking her?
Squirrels, down the squirrels and ducks at the park. Those kind of things. He didn't take her to the damn zoo. He just took her outside.
That's getting elaborate.
Well,
Are you sure he didn't take her to the zoo?
He got balloons and ice cream and didn't go to the zoo. He went to
Where'd
the
that
park.
funnel cake come from?
I don't know where all the stuff that he gets my wife comes from. I know Crud's a good man.
What is he getting your wife?
You just said got a funnel cake, some ice cream, some balloons. What's wrong with that? Ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
Did he buy her that necklace?
What necklace?
That necklace that's too heavy for her, that hurts her neck.
She don't nothing hurt her neck. She let me know. She run or something else.
When I was over there the other day going through your mail, she kept doing that thing where she uses her eyes to tell me when she's in distress.
Well.
And I took that necklace off and I said, "Where'd you get this, Miss Got Rocks?" And she didn't say.
I didn't see nothing on around the neck, and if something was bothering, she has a way of telling me.
Well, she told me to put it in the secret drawer with her eyes.
She had a stroke, and she can talk, but it's like baby talk. But I've been married to her for 6 some years
you're
now.
pretty good at hearing.
I know
Crud too.
I know what she
He
wants.
can kind of tell what she's saying.
Well, he didn't know just right off the bat. I had to tell him, this means this,
So you're teaching him how to love your wife.
Well, how to take care of it, yeah. It was the home health nurse that helped Crud, because that would have been too much.
He doesn't trust Crud.
That would be too much for Miss Broll to see Crud dressed up like me right beside me. That may be another stroke coming, bless her heart. She's still with me. I won't keep her with me. So it was Crud and my home health nurse. He showed her, basically giving her ropes, and he's been with her. He's a good fella. He's been with her for years and years, taking care of her,
Wait a minute. Wasn't there a day where you disguised yourself as a home health nurse because the home health nurse couldn't come that day, but you were still going to give Crud the lesson?
Right.
Crud told me that you dressed up as a home health nurse so that Mrs. Bros wouldn't see the two of you standing next to each other, that you put some coloring in your beard and you put on your nurse shirt.
That wasn't me, no. Why would I dress up like a home health nurse?
So you wouldn't give your wife a stroke when they seen the two of you side by side.
That was the real home health nurse there.
Are you sure?
Well, I know that I didn't dress up like nothing. The only thing I ever dress up like is Jackie Bros.
Well, if you ask me, this is getting confusing.
Well, it's been confusing.
Crud
as soon as you
told me,
start running your mouth, everything makes sense to me until you start butting in. I ain't even going to do my damn sponsor now.
Was that Crud?
I don't know.
Who was the other? Maybe it was one of them other of the Jackie Bros, the damn Fleet Warriors.
Don't know anything about it. Not a thing. Enough.
Jackie Fleet Warriors is what it's called.
Whatever they're called. That's flattering to me. Yes, I think it's flattering.
You love Crud. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Well, according to you, he's this, he's that, he's all something else too.
All I'm telling you is what Crud's been telling me. I mean, Crud ain't saying nothing bad. He's just saying that you were helping him out, teaching him baby talk.
Me and you, Crud, all gonna sit down and have a long talk with each other. I'll have him go dress up like a FBI agent, and the three of us will sit there and have a talk. Get to the bottom of this.
Is that the end of your sponsor?
Yep. I'm all done with it. Yep.
Well, I got a sponsor this week, Jackie, that I think you're really going to like. Folks, if you have ever thought about becoming a church accountant, there is no better time than now to sign up for Don Podge's Church Accountant School and Master of Disguise School. He will teach you how to become a church accountant, and he will teach you how to become a Master of Disguise. Those two things may seem like they got nothing to do with each other, but you would be surprised.
Wow.
Folks, I have been learning church accounting, not from Don Podge himself, because he works more on the Master of Disguise side of the school, but I have been going up there to what's that guy's name I went to high school with? Wesley Press. Folks, I go up to the smart as a whip. He's so smart, people thought he was a Unabomber. It turns out he was not, but I still maintain that he had some plans. I go up and sit at the top of the double-decker bus, and the smoke goes out the window, and he teaches me all about accounting. He lets me use his adding machine. Don Podge give me a visor and a lamp, but the lamp works. The visor I threw in the fire.
Wow.
Because I've been putting myself through church accounting school by working at this construction site. They were giving me 50 cents an hour.
They ain't going to keep giving you 50 cents an hour, keep burning things there.
Yeah, I keep throwing things in the fire.
Well, you got to
Well, I don't work for them now. I'm working upstairs for crud for 65 cents an hour. But I still sneak over to the construction site and burn things for free. But, Jackie, you are going to be really proud of me. I have a job. I'm an assistant church accountant.
I'll believe that when I see it. Do you tell me what church I'd like to come in and
Frog
see you working?
Church.
Frog Church? That ain't no church. You know it ain't. That's that's being a homeless person down by the Stones River.
No better way to learn than by going down there and with the what was his name? The damn old Green Bean, folks.
No, he's crazy. Green Bean, he lost his mind. He's living down by Stone River, a bunch of frogs.
Yep, it's not so much money that we're concerned with as it is.
That ain't a job then. That ain't a job. A job is where you do something and somebody pays you for it. Don't nobody pay you anything to lay around with homeless people down by the, Stones River. Nobody does that.
Let's say I'm interning.
Huh?
Somebody's got to keep up with how many frogs are down there.
Frogs?
That's me.
Now,
church accountant.
This...
And I'm also making some plans, some inroads down there. We're gonna put in a cotton candy machine for when the kids come to look at the frogs and the crazy man.
You're not gonna put any of that. Nobody's gonna do that down there. That's a.
This is just for experience. Sometimes you gotta do things for experience.
What kind of accounting are you doing for a bunch of frogs?
When you say it like that, it doesn't make any sense.
I know it doesn't make any sense. Frog don't...
Look, I'm up there sweeping up for crud, giving him notes on his performance, making that 65 cents, giving that straight to Don Podge for accounting school. He's splitting that with Wesley Press. Wesley Press is teaching me all about accounting. I'm taking the knowledge I'm learning from Wesley Press, who I bullied in school, and applying it to a church of frogs.
None of what you just said makes any damn sense. None of it. None of it. I don't think I ever heard a sentence more gibberish in my damn life. Crazy.
Episode 200. $199.
Is 200?
No, 200 is next week. 200 is next week, but I kind of like where we're at right now. Just sort of, I'm taking stock of my life. I'm taking control of it. I'm getting an education. I'm got a job.
Yeah.
There's 100 Jackies upstairs.
You don't have any job outside of getting 75 cents sweeping up.
It's more like 65.
75 is what we agreed on.
Well, he's got...
he going to have an opinion about... I'm going to talk to Crud. I'm talking to him. We're going to have... The three of us going to sit down, and he'll dress up like somebody else, so we'll know what's going on. And we'll have a talk. It'll be FBI outfit. And we'll have a long talk.
So that is Don Podge's church accounting school. Folks, churches don't give no money to the government, and that suits Don Podge just fine. Church accounting school, go down there. If you want to learn how to count frogs, nobody better than Wesley Press. Just as weird as he was in high school, but, people don't change.
They thought it was a Unabomber. best come out really great. We know our time is at an end, so until we meet again, we'll just have to say goodbye, friend. Saying bye-bye always brings us down. But our bags are packed and we have to leave town. A postcard to you we will send if a stamp to us you'll lend, so we can write and say goodbye, 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 goodbye,
That was a pretty good podcast, I think.
Huh?
Episode 200.
All the same. It depends on what's going on in the world. All the same as far as I'm concerned. But we're just awful. The world's worse every week. Next week is worse than the week before it. Something else awful to talk about. Thank y'all kindly for watching. And don't forget to subscribe. Hell.